Hey, what's up, Scott Balcom here with Imagination Creation Films, and it's Friday. It's what, August 23rd, and I think let's do a live stream. Oh, yeah, we're here. It's Friday. Are you here? Are you joining? Hey, Allie. How's it going? The intro music is already playing in my head. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Is people are like, I gotta have my live stream, gotta have my live. It's kind of, that would be my mini goal. Ah, yes, what a beautiful day outside. It's like 102. It's so nice and warm and oh yeah. How is everyone doing this fine, wonderful afternoon? It says I'm live, but it doesn't show any. That's weird. Wow, lots of people on. Hey, Justin. Hey, Ryan. Beer me. I can't do beer on the live stream anymore. YouTube has they somehow, I don't know, they decided they have morals now or something. Cool new angle. Yep, thank you. This is the compact version. It's going to be a lot of changes coming around here. All good, all positive. We're streamlining. We're making everything more efficient. I'll be going over that over the next several weeks about what we're doing here, trying to become as efficient as possible while producing the same high quality, if not better. But I'm just trying to get faster at things. And Justin says, finally get to make the live show. Yes, you do, sir. Welcome, welcome. Justin has his own live show that he does. Why am I playing with it? Justin has his own live show where he live streams getting tattoos. It's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't want to be on that live stream because I'd be going that probably would make for really good views, probably. But yeah, Justin is he's been working on his, and it's been running great. Bill, hey Bill, how you doing out there? Let's see, most excellent. Bill says it does look like you have a slight magenta tint on my. Yeah, it's this. I mean, I can boost. My arms look a little white. It's kind of weird. This is I'm using the Logitech Brio camera today. Always trying new things. I don't particularly like this angle because it doesn't show the desk. I mean, the desk is. Oh, hey, how you doing? The desk is still here. We have that. It feels weird. I don't like this. This is like, hey, how's it going, Kim? Yeah. It doesn't feel as good. I like it when it's further back, and then I'm zoomed in a little more. It's just my opinion. Just the Step Right Up podcast. We just interview people in the community and people in the tattoo industry. Yeah. The Jeff, hey Scott, any news on your 6K scuffs? Yeah, the 6K scuffs are the official answer. I posted their official answer and their official statement, and then the unofficial answer and statement is they're not going to do anything about it. They're not exchanging. They're not replacing. They're sending back anybody's camera who sent it in with scuffs on it. So if you're a Black Magic lover, I think you should take that into advisement. If you're a Black Magic hater, So I think Scuffgate is actually, I don't know. My opinion at this point with Scuffgate is if that's the way you're going to treat your customers, you've recognized that you have a problem. And by the way, I don't think that's the problem. There's no way that damage was done in shipping, especially when everybody opens the packages and the camera's right back where it was. So how could it tumble? Yeah. So no, I don't think Black Magic is addressing that properly. My guess is they are a very small company, which they are, and they can't afford to do anything about it. take that as you will. But I've been in contact with people. I just spoke with someone just 2 minutes ago, and they're having their camera sent back to them from Blackmagic, and they're not going to do anything about it. Bill says, you look like you were looking down on us. Well, sorry, I'm probably looking at me. I don't want to look down on it. Everything's being rearranged, and you know what? I am looking down on you. You know, the eye line is bad. The eye line is definitely bad. I'm seeing that now. I would raise it up a good 6 inches. I don't want to do that live because that just feels... You know, I could just switch over. I could. How's that? Does that? I'm looking up at you now. Is that better? It's. I mean, I could lower my chair. There we go. Now look, everybody. Look. Now look. Go a little. There we go. Wow. Yeah, this is not better. This is weird. Let's just adjust this. I mean, this is what we do, right? We just live stream and test new angles. See, now I feel like I get big hands. Yay! That just feels weird. Mally says, Scuffgate. Jeff says, definitely not the end of the story, or else it would be bad for them. Yeah, I don't know. I was a little saddened. So one of my friends had sent hers off, and they actually lost the camera. And they told her, well, we don't know what to do. You lose her camera, and then you tell her, well, we don't know what to do. It's in your hands. You received it. It was your tracking number. And they finally, I guess, found her camera, but they're not going to replace it. And they told her, this is after she sent a different she at Blackmagic sent me the official response saying to contact our customer service. And it was after that. And she asked about getting it replaced, and they said they're not going to be replacing anybody's cameras. I don't know. I wish for some good news on that. I mean, honestly, they should fix their problem, give people a free battery, something. It doesn't matter. People will take a free battery for something like that. Admit fault, fix it, and then never repeat this problem again. That's what a good company should and would do. If they don't do that, that's up for you to judge. I'm here to give you my opinion, but my opinion is only worth, about $3 or $4. Man, my desk is a mess. I need to clean this off. That's part of the cleaning that I need to do. Man, it was a good live stream today. I like that. I don't know if I feel short though. I feel short and like not well lit. Let's see here. You get what you pay for. Yep. Jeff says, I've seen so many scuff posts. There are a ton. And some of them, like I went back and watched my video. If you don't watch my video at 4K, you don't actually get to see how big these scuffs are. These things are large and really in the plastic. I should have zoomed in better on the video. Sorry. Bill says, there is a parent-child dynamic here. Lower chair is better. I don't know if it's better. Peter VR says, no, you get what you pay for, get used, not right. Yeah. Hashtag. Hi, Scott. Missed you last Friday. You know what, Peter? I wasn't here last Friday. That's probably why you missed me. Where was I last Friday? Oh, yeah. So, the reason I wasn't live streaming, and I honestly, I was prepared to live stream right up until the morning of Friday when my wife reminded me why she was off that day. My older daughter got married, and so we had to drive up for rehearsal. So, yeah, that's why I didn't live stream. I jokingly pulled out my phone to live stream during the rehearsal. Didn't go well. I did vlog the rehearsal a little bit. Not the rehearsal, the wedding. I'll post some videos probably sometime with me just walking down the aisle with the vlog. My daughter told me, she goes, "Dad, vlog it." And I'm like, okay. Let's see, Bill, you were there. You enjoyed it. Let's see here. Jim Shields, yeah, don't buy the first round of new release piece of hardware. Yeah, but Jim, but technically this is a second round. This is a second model year. This is weird. I look lovely. Well, thank you, Jim. I look a little Oompa Loompa, I think. Conscious Creative says, on a separate note, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus has an awesome camera. I've heard some interesting things about the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And you know what? Bill, after watching your video, I did not realize that my S10 Plus does not have a screen recorder. I was disappointed. Now I'm a little jealous. Now I'm thinking about like telling my wife, "Hey, you need to upgrade to the iPhone or the new S10 Plus, and I'll get the new Note Plus." Jeff says, I got the first OG Pocket available, and they had to send it right away due to issues. And the same thing happened with the 4K. So after that, I'm always going to wait a few months for the Blackmagic. Oh, look. Hi, Malia. How are you? Yeah, it's a Jim knows Malia. It's a tough one. Malia, we're talking about Scuffgate and the problems with the Scuffs and their latest round of really not doing anything. And it amazes me. I don't care who you are. If this was Red and they were delivering damaged cameras, I would be the exact same way. If it's Sony, Canon, I'd be the exact same way. I am not a fanboy or an anti-fanboy of Blackmagic. I just feel like companies should be accountable for what they're delivering. Now, some are going to say, "Oh, Scott, but the Red Media." But you knew what it was. Let's not go there. Let's see. Melissa says, "Hi, Jim." I'm interpreting there, Jim. Bill says, I should come on your live stream sometime and I can show it. Yeah, I don't know how to make that work. My internet has been flaky, as you know. Wesley says, "Hey, Scott, good job breaking Scuffgate." Thank you. It was not as well received as, well, it was about as well received as I expected. I mean, the Blackmagic true fanboys, they came out in parade and you know, basically said, "You don't know what you're talking about. You're just a Red fanboy. You don't blah, 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 blah." Honestly, just do right by your people. Do right by your customers. And there were a lot of people that clearly didn't watch but like the first minute. If they'd have watched the last of it, where I praised Blackmagic for their great specifications and their great technology and everything that they're doing, I don't know. I just... yeah, you know, people are people, so why should it be? Wesley, how was your first week of new work? Malia says they're figuring it out. I imagine Malia is mixed up also in Scuffgate. Bill, I think we can do something. Your internet has been getting better lately. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, man. I don't know. You tell me what you want to do, and we'll try it. If we ever get it to work, I'd like to have all kinds of guests on there. Jim says, "Yep, internet fanboys are annoying. They really are." And I don't know. I mean, I get people are passionate about their purchase, and that's really what it is. People tend to support their purchases. And I'll be honest, like the Galaxy S10 Plus here, I bought this and switching from iPhone to Samsung, and I forced myself to say that I like it. Now I actually like it. It's fine. I'm quite used to it. There's a couple of things that I don't like, but I mean, I got used to it, and now I actually like it. But before I was saying I liked it, trying to build up my own purchase. So I get the passion that people have when they buy something, but some of this is just plain ludicrous. The level of why does it feel so dark? That's weird. I feel, I don't know. I don't know. It feels weird. Kerwin says, hello, Kerwin. I was just in your area, man, because I was up in Gatesville for the wedding, which is right by where you were. I actually, as I drove by Fort Hood, I said, "Hi, Kerwin," and I didn't know if you were there or not, or if you were home. I tried. There was no Whataburger, so we're going to have to figure that one out. There's one in Waco, I think. We'll have to figure that out. Wesley says, just the one day so far, busy getting settled into a new city. It was great, though. Saw some cool stuff, met some cool people, and that's what I love right there. That is one of my favorite things. Bill says, there's an app called Hawk that came on Note. It's supposed to allow someone to join into a live stream. Tell me what to do. I'll try it. Let's see here. Wesley says, embrace the controversy. Good for views. It was good for views. Hey, does anybody have any cool new tips for news? I'm out of tips at the moment, but I want to add a little more news into the mix because I like the variety and the diversity of it. But I'm not going to do all news. I'm going to do a little more in-depth tech reviews, that kind of stuff. But it's a little bit of all around, some cinematography. I got some good cinematography stuff. I got some good cinematography stuff coming up. It was right over there. It's all ready. That's why I'm actually on the Logitech right now, because the other cam is set up for. Yeah, you'll like it. I think you'll like it. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll hate it. Kevin Kelly says, Red fans are annoying for location sound. They are. What I tend to do if I am on a really, really quiet set is I run the fans, and then right before I hit record, I kill the fans. I record, and then I pop them on high as soon as we're done. As long as it's not like a 5-minute or 10-minute take, you're usually just fine doing that. Also, you can bump up your fans to like 45 degrees or 44 degrees Celsius, and that's okay. That will keep them really, really idled down. But for the most part, I don't have a problem with the fans. Just maybe in an occasional space I do. I've heard that the Blackmagic 6K, its fan is a lot louder. That's interesting. I'll be interested in hearing more about that. Bill Hertzing says, the trick to argue many angles is to have used owned from each. Gibson Guitars has been failing as a company lately. That's why I own a Fender and a Gibson. This is true, which is why I own several different ones. Bill Howard, let me know what to do. Do I need to install anything? Just let me know. Gerald says, evening, everyone. Looks busy in here tonight, and I love it. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate that. Kerwin says, next time you got to stop by my place. I will. I was late to get to the wedding rehearsal, so I had an excuse. I'll show you the vlog. Bill says, or Linus tried to water cool his. Yeah, he did. He probably still is going to, but he's gonna say that there's no reason to. Bill says, give me a sec. I think I can get it on this end. Yeah, I love all the people watching. Wait, what's going on?
I think I got it, Scott. Why am I on the Scott? Where did you go? Why am I on the screen? Crap. Let me see what I can do. Hold on.
Bill.
Let's see. Hit.
Bill, were you in the bathroom? That's a little weird. That's a little weird. Kyle says, howdy, y'all. Malia says, hostile takeover. Gerald says, photography. Oh, I'm glad y'all enjoyed that. Bill and I are here for your enjoyment. I don't know if that was planned or not. I have no information on that whatsoever. The news topic: what are your thoughts on the Sony A7R 4 mirrorless camera? Worth the money? My thought, and I talked about this on the Red, the Red Ginny Mag thing. And no one knew that because no one watched past the Ginny Mag. They were like so furious or whatever, they didn't watch it. A7R4, I think it's really cool. If I had an A7R2, I might upgrade to a 4. If I had a 3, I don't think it's worth the money. I don't think it's a fundamental jump. If I had any other camera lower and I was looking at a camera, I wouldn't buy the 3, I'd buy the 4. The 4 is fantastic. That being said, if I was budget, if I didn't have enough money to buy the 4, I'd buy the 3 used. That's my opinion of it. I think it's a really cool camera. I've seen a lot of cool stuff come from it. My friend Drew has been all over it, and Simon has been all over it, and several other people. Farouk has been all over it, and they like it. They think it's cool. Opinions are varying if you can or cannot use it. I know Drew will use it because Drew, that's all he does is pretty much time lapse, and he'll love the 60K or 60K. Whoa, it's really high resolution. He'll love the 60 megapixels because he can frame it better, punch it in. It'll be a little cleaner, all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a good camera. I will not be buying one, not anytime soon. Maybe a year or two. We'll see. The other Bill says, yeah, we planned that out literally like an hour before this. I think Bill was sitting on the toilet when he thought this up. I don't know for sure. He just sent me that video, and I thought, was he chatting with me on the toilet? I, at the moment, says, hi, Scott, great show. If you had the choice between the VariCam LT and EVA1, which would you go for? Because assuming you could afford either. That is a tough one. Really is a tough one. I'm probably going to lean to the EVA1. Mostly because it can do 5.7K, whereas the VariCam LT, I believe it maxes is at DCI 4K. The EVA1, I mean, I saw it when it came out 2 years ago, and I've played a little with it. It is a nice camera. It really is a nice camera. And in fact, did I ever tell the story of my Red being destroyed? I don't know if I ever told that story. Yeah, let me know if I just told that story. I think I may have alluded to it. I'm not sure if I ever told it. Yeah, I'd probably go for the EVA1. It was a camera that I was actually considering for a while. It's a good camera, and it can do a lot of things, and it looks pretty good, and it grades pretty good. It's got 14 stops of dynamic range, 14.2, 14.3. It has a good codec. It has good low light. It has higher resolution out, 5.7K. That's a good cam. What did I think about the Canon leak? You're talking about the 90. I am unimpressed with the 90, honestly. Number one, I'm unimpressed with Canon keeping 24p away. I'm not sure why they do this other than to sell other cinema cameras. But I don't like that. Number two, there's some technology terms that were used in there that lead me to believe that this is not there's a little tomfoolery going on inside the camera. And I don't know. We will have to see, but I'm not impressed yet. Ali says there's a lot of YouTubers pushing the EOS R recently. I remember this happening with the 6D last year. Bring it in. Do you know why they're pushing it? Because they got the camera for free. When you are a Canon user and you have a huge following, Canon tends to make sure that you're using their cameras. Just like when the 6D Mark II, when they were doing that push, the push was, and this cracked me up, in a day where everybody's jumping to 4K, they're like, 1080 is great. 1080 is awesome. I find that 1080 is even better than 4K. I don't have to worry about things. That was their push. Anytime something goes completely astray of what the mainstream is going, and it's going backwards, that's called talking points. And not too big on that. You remember the old bowling is back and is better than ever. Bowling's not back. Bowling has always been around. It's just not as popular. But bowling is back, or disco is back. All right. Yeah, think about that. Wesley says, what did you think? Oh, yeah, Bill, I don't think you have told that story. Interesting. Jim says, in my opinion, the R4 still isn't quite enough improvement over my R2 to jump up. But if my was stolen or broken, I'd probably jump on it. So the one thing that I'll say is between the 2 and the 3, there's a color science change. And it's good. It's an improvement. The dynamic range improved a little bit. Everything about the camera improved from the 2 to the 3. So if you're on a budget, you jump from 2 to 3, you would feel pretty equally as ecstatic and excited by the changes as if you jump from a 2 to a 4. Obviously, the 4 has 60 megapixels, so there's a little more to gain from that. But, there is a distinct difference between the 2 and the 3. And then the 4 takes from the 3 and goes to 60 megapixels. So it really does. It's definitely less noisy. There's a lot of stuff about. Man, we got a lot of people out here. Thank you. Join. Have some fun in the chat. This must be a great Friday here. Gerald says, "Don't think I heard the Red story. Interesting. Should we all queue up some sad music to play in the background for your Red story? Tell us the broken Red camera story." Gerald says, "I'm unimpressed with most anything Canon has been doing lately. That's why I switched." For the most part, Gerald, I think you're right. There's a few things that are different. Ollie says the worst example was when Peter McKinnon said he preferred 60p to 120p because it challenged him to be more creative. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Peter's a great guy, and he's got a business, and he has to run his business. I have a business, and I have to run my business. My business is being honest. So if Canon came to me and handed me a 6D and said, "Tell everybody how great it is," my response would be, "Can I also be honest?" If they tell me no, I won't do it. That is me. That is what you can always expect from me. I will be honest, always. If it sucks, I'll tell you it sucks. If it's great, I'll tell you it's great. If it is better than not, I'll tell you all the good things about it, and I'll tell you the bad things about it. And let me walk over here just briefly. I'll still chat here. Step over my dog, step over this stuff, just so I can tell this story properly. So I'm gonna tell this story because it is definitely a sad story. Let's see here. Bill says 20 watching now. Gerald says I totally agree. At the moment, there was a lot of YouTube channels pushing the Westcott Flex kits right at the time they were running out of that particular model in lieu of the updated release. Yes. I think I pushed them a little bit. I use them. These are the previous Flex lights right here, and you can't. Well, actually, you can. Ooh, I can pick this up now. There it is. There's another one on this. I mean, I got them really, really a little bit bluer than 5500. They're about 5700, which is why I have such troubles with this Logitech and these lights, making me magenta and funkiness, because Logitech has got problems and these are a little brighter. However, these lights are amazing, especially for the price. So sometimes they're pushing the right things. I need to turn this fan on here. Just about ready to tell my story. Just about ready. I just need to get the fan blowing back here so I can get a little air. All right, let's see here what we got here. Kevin Kelly says, I knew a pro who switched from Nikon to Canon back in the 1980s. He said the only way he could do it was because he made a Canon TV commercial and they gave him all the gear he needed. Yep. Yep. All right, so let me tell you my red story. A few in the chat know this story. And don't break it. The rest don't. So as many are aware, I had a red Epic Dragon 6K that I bought 4 years ago. And I think it was November-ish of last year, I posted, like on my Facebook, I did the dumbest thing I could have ever done, and it sucks, or something like that. And then on the live stream, I think I alluded to it, but never told the story. I actually started to document what happened as a short documentary. In the end, I just didn't feel like it was interesting enough. But I destroyed my camera on accident. I destroyed my Epic Dragon, and I did it with this right here. For those of you who, let's see, let's go. You can see it right there. That is a little battery. This is the battery. I have kept this. If you have not noticed, if you would ever look, when I had the shelf behind me, it's right on the corner. It's been there since November, this little thing. So now you're kind of inside baseball. You kind of have a little bit of in the know going on there. The batteries that keep the time and the date inside the red are inside. And mine had died. The battery had died like, I don't know, 6 months or so before that. And it was really getting on my nerves because I'd have to go in every time I power up my red, I'd have to set the date, set everything back. It was really annoying. I reached out to Red. They said, absolutely, we do this all the time. Send us the camera. I was I didn't have any money. Do that. I just got back from my trip, pretty broke, pretty cheap, and I decided, you know what? I've got 28 years of electronics experience. I will take apart this red and I will replace that battery myself. I found a picture online that was in an archive somewhere. There really aren't that many. There are now. You'll see the inside. It's funny. You see the inside of the red 20 times more since November than you did before November. And it has nothing to do with me. It's just weird. But finding a pic. So I found a pic of where this was. I took apart the camera. I brought my wife over and I said, This could be the biggest mistake of my career, but if we're going to do it, we're going to do it together. So I made her stand there, and I took it apart. The red, if you look at Linus Tech Tips take apart, you'll see that the red is exceptionally dense. There are a lot of boards in there, and they are put together in such a way. It's a puzzle. And the board where this is on has a connector on it. And that connector is unlike any connector. Well, when I was taking it apart, I recognized the connector. It looked very similar to every connector I've ever taken off in any kind of product like this. When I pulled it off, I noticed it was not the same type of connector, and in fact, it had a very different look. Usually it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a U, and there'll be like contacts in here, and they kind of, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 12 of them, and then there's a knuckle, and the knuckle has lines, and then there's a flat piece, and it just kind of, that's probably vulgar, but it just inserts like that. That is not how this one was. This one was the exact opposite. The blades were the C shape, and this one stuck out. So this was the part of the cable. And so you had all these little blades, and they're like little fins. So I replaced my battery, got it all, and put it all back together. And when I powered it up, smoke poured from my red, and I burned it up. And my jaw virtually dropped. It just dropped. And I looked over at my wife, just completely stunned. She was very optimistic at that point. She's like, maybe it'll still work. Maybe it'll still work. I'm like, did you see the smoke being exhausted from the fans? And the smell of a burnt red is like any other. It is, yeah. So I destroyed my own red, and it was devastating. And it's through a lot of friends and a lot of some great companies and a lot of people that just kind of came together and encouraged me and got me back up onto my 2 feet. And, those people I can't say enough positive things about. At some point, I'll do something to thank everybody. But, yeah, it was devastating. I mean, honestly, the reason you haven't heard the story, who wants to tell the world how stupid they are? Honesty. Like I told you, that's what you'll get from me. So, Peter says, that's why I stick with software and hate electronics. Once the magic smoke comes out, it's done for sure. Software is easily fixed. This is true. So, now I'm able to use a new DSMC2 camera, and I'm much happier for it. I mean, I'm not happy with how it happened. I'm not happy with how I got there, and it cost me a lot. I had to liquidate a bunch of things that I had around here, just to be able to get back on my feet. And it was rough. I mean, I actually had some problems. Like I had a nice drone that I had sold, and the guy through eBay, he goes that everything required signature. Well, no, everything required him to be there, and he left. And so they put it on his doorstep. This is apparently in New York, and so someone stole the drone, which then came back on me. Why? Because I didn't have him sign for it. Another rookie mistake. So let's see. We destroy a multi-$1,000 red. We destroy a multi-$1,000 drone. Well, we don't destroy it, but we lose it. A lot of things compounded. It's pretty bad. So if I was a little off back in November, December, January until about February, you know why now. Ali says, ouch. Ouch. Malia says, I do that every day. You burn up red cameras every day? Wesley says, I call that letting the magic out. I've done it a few times. Smells bad and it hurts the pride and the wallet. It really did. It really hurt. Where's the camera now? I do not have it anymore. I gave it to someone else. They don't actually have parts for that camera anymore. So Red actually has it right now. Well, it's theirs now. There aren't parts to fix them. So now they have some parts that have a smoky flavor. Malia says, no, I tell the world I'm stupid every day. Yeah, I mean, we're all human. We really are. And I don't know why everyone's afraid. I mean, I'm afraid. I didn't tell the story. Well, I mean, part of it was I wanted to do a documentary on it. I wanted to do a documentary on the stupidity. And I shot the first half of it. If you go back in February, I didn't do a video. No, because all I Instagrammed it along my trip. Yeah, I still have the footage from getting there, but not enough. I just didn't feel right. But I mean, no one wants to. I probably show the world I'm stupid more than I tell the world I'm stupid, but that's about as human as you can get right there. But you know, we do the dips in life when we're creatives. We do things that we must. We do things that we want to. We do things that are dumb. We do things that are amazing. We do things that are dangerous. We're creative, so we're always pushing forward. And the only way we feel whole, the only way we feel warm and energized is by pushing forward and doing more, taking things to the next level. And I mean, we've had a lot of setbacks through here. I've tried to maintain, I'm not crying, by the way. This is my watery eye. If this eye is watering, then you know I'm crying. That's what I told my daughter when I was walking her down the aisle. She's like, Dad, are you going to cry? And I said, if you see this eye watering, it's just watering. If you see this one watering, get some tissue. I mean, I try not to let it take me down. I try to be as positive and as upbeat as possible. Sure, there are just days that just kick you, but you know you gotta sludge through it. It's like when I went from full-time job to this. Thank you, Ryan. My wife and I talked about this, and we said we may lose everything in this quest. We may lose it all, but we'll still have each other, and we'll have the vision. And the vision is everything because the creativity. And she's not creative, but she loves being a part of that. She helps tremendously. She's absolutely amazing. Anybody that's met her knows she's amazing. But she helps drive me, and I help drive her, and we do this together. I mean, this November we'll be married 29 years. I mean, wait, 29? Yeah, 29. So, yeah, I mean, it's all about standing up. I can't remember if I did that video. It's on my list of videos to record, but I call it failing forward. I'll just say it here. I've said it before, but, I mean, there's a whole video that I have lined up about failing forward, which is it's okay to fail as long as you get back up on your 2 feet and keep walking and keep moving forward. Gerald says, respect you for even just telling us the story. That was an incredibly expensive mistake and can only imagine how it felt. Yeah, I mean, I mean, you can't make stupid sound any better, which is why I told it the way I did. Ryan, thank you, sir, for buying me that beer. I appreciate that. Let's see. Gerald says, amazing what you can get done with a great partner at your side. It is absolutely true. Absolutely true. I mean, I've known, well, actually, I mean, Bill Hertzing in the chat there has known my wife longer than I have. But I've known my wife since ninth grade. So, yeah, great partners. And yeah, if you ever see this on set, and it does appear in all of my short films and all of my little skits and everything, it's there. It's a reminder. Don't take things apart. Item Moment says, I've lent so many great movies to people and I've never got them back, and I still do it thinking I'm doing a favor wanting to share. Yeah, you're right. I got to move this fan here. And Brian has known my wife for 20 plus years, at least. Gotta be 20 years. Yeah, I mean, when you loan so many movies to people and never got them back, when you loan something out, you have to assume that you may never get it back. I mean, obviously, if you're like renting a expensive camera, you're going to expect it to get back. But like you loan out a movie to someone, you like that person enough that if you didn't get it back, well, you're not going to loan them another movie, but it'll be okay. And that's giving, and that's sharing. And I mean, I'm not giving out movies here. I guess I am, but I mean, that's one of the things that I like about YouTube is just it allows me to give when I have nothing else to give. When I can't contribute anything else, and I can't contribute a large paycheck at this point, when I can't do a lot of things, I can give this to you. And I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to like it. If you like it, great. I mean, if one person likes it, then I feel better. It feels great. I still consider it failing forward. I mean, I remember sitting here when I got to 100 subscribers on my channel, and I ate 100. I ate the donuts. I had the donuts. So there was 1,000 that I had the M&Ms. I mean, now I'm at like almost 2,600, and it's cruising. Malia says, got to get back to work. Fun live YouTubing with you. Bye, Malia. Have fun. Say hi to Astrid. And Astrid's like, that's her dog. Her dog is like hyperactivity and coffee. Oh, Jim. She said bye. Gerald says, I remember the M&Ms. The 1,000. 1, 2. You know, when was that? I'm trying to remember when that was, because I did that skit with the peanut butter M&Ms, and I had 2 jars full. Oh, that was 1,000. There really was 1,000. And then we ate, my daughter and my wife and I, we all just kind of sat down. Hey, Jesse. And we kind of ate a lot of peanut butter M&Ms, and we went through 1 jar. Well, I went on a trip. I think maybe it was like NAB or something like that. And when I got back, I went to go get some M&Ms, and the entire other jar was empty. In fact, the entire other jar was nowhere to be found. And I kind of looked at my wife. I was like, hey, where's those M&Ms? And she's like, so they had the other 500 celebration themselves. Jesse, how goes it, buddy? Did y'all see, y'all may have seen it, Petapixel picked it up. Jesse Watson with his Blackmagic 6K, he put a huge telephoto lens and went out into the mountains in Tucson area and got a bunch of hikers that were walking up on the top of a ridge while a full moon was rising in the background. And it was huge. I mean, it's a huge moon, and you got the people walking. It was like E.T. It was amazing. Cool video. Y'all should check out Jesse Watson. He has a YouTube channel, and I think it's called Jesse Watson. If you click on him, I think it takes you to it. Yeah. Jim says, bye. Wesley says, when my younger friends say they don't want to get married, I'm always quick to point out that life is so much better with a partner to share the good and the bad. Just make damn sure she's the one. You're right. And it's tough for a lot of people. I mean, younger generation today is like, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. And you got to embrace something. When I got married, I embraced it. And I said, we will marry for life. Everything is forever and ever. And we embrace it. Yeah, we got lots of problems. Yeah, we argue. Yeah, we got all that stuff. But we love each other. We stick by each other. We're partners in life forever. And I say kids, younger adults who don't think that way are truly missing out, because I don't have one. Do I have one? I call it, wow, I must be crying now because my right eyeball just watered a little bit. Oh, yeah. So I call it the rubber band. So if you take a rubber band and you stretch it, one of two things is going to happen. Well, maybe three, but it's either going to break. That's a bad thing. But either this end is going to stretch so much it comes back to this one, or this one comes forward. And that's how we move forward. I push forward. My wife pulls up, pull forward. We kind of do this. Sometimes she does the opposite and pulls the other way, or not the other way, but she pulls forward. But the rubber band is what a marriage, a partnership that is permanent does. It gives you someone to help you move forward. And that's Scott's marriage advice for the week, based on Wesley's marriage advice, which is good. Ollie says, you should have posted a video about the red. Would have gotten 1 million views. Ollie, I still can't bring myself to do it. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. If you go back on my Facebook to like November 15th, somewhere around the 15th or 20th, somewhere in that general area, you'll see the post and you'll see all the love and support that everybody gave. And and I didn't say what it was. Very few people knew. I mean, very few people knew, because at that point I was not going to tell a soul. I was so sad. Let's see here. Jesse said, pretty good. Just getting some prints together for a client. Jesse, I am doing a consolidation. Why do oh, that's why. So as I step back into the abyss, I got to remember to keep forward. So the lights have black wrap on either side, because these are reflective. These black panels back here. This is not the right lighting yet. We're still working on the lighting, but they reflect, and I don't like the color that happens. So I got to stay in the zone here. Consolidating down. I'm moving towards using gear that I use 100% of the time, and streamlining, making everything more financially plausible for the future. Yeah, it's probably the easiest way I can say that. So just kind of figuring out what I touch and what I don't touch. If I haven't touched anything in a year, I don't need it. It doesn't need to be here at all. So, yep. Jesse says, thanks for the plug, buddy. You bet, Jesse. And if y'all don't know Jesse, if you look in... were you in it, Jesse? I feel like you were in it. You got to be in the shot somewhere. If you go back to NAB this past year, where we did the Taquina Vista Ones shoot on the Strip, Jesse came out and helped us with that. And then he drove us all the way back to our Airbnb. I mean, a super nice guy. A good partner, LOL. Jim says that, Jesse, watching the hiker video in another window. Great work. Yep, Jim, exactly. Bill says, I heard somebody offer advice for situations like what you had. when they said, we are going to laugh about this later, so let's laugh about this now. No, I was so dumbfounded. I had joked about it ahead of doing it. I'm sitting here just playing with this stupid battery now, which is bad. I had joked about it. I mean, that was literally my statement to my wife. If I'm going to destroy my career, you're going to be standing beside me. It was a joke. I mean, but it was a little serious. I wanted her there, but it was an absolute joke trying to get the levity to take apart the seriousness about what I was about to do. And then afterwards, I don't know when I cracked a joke after that. It was a good while since that. Jesse says, doing the same in the process of moving to San Diego. Really? Why San Diego? Interesting. Jesse, I thought I did. I swear, you're in the description, dude. I swear I tagged you. You're in the description of the YouTube video, at the very least, because I had to go find your information. I was like, where's that Jesse guy? Where's that Jesse guy? It's in there. It's in there. Oh, what a good live stream. 115 in Yuma? No. We're at I think we're like 100, 102, and no work there. Yeah, so why are you going to San Diego? San Diego seems like I don't know, it doesn't seem like a very business, film business thing. I kind of want to go to LA. I'm tempted to make a run for a year in LA. Just tempted. I don't know. I got some plans coming on here. There's going to be some changes. All for the positive. Fail forward. But I mean, we're moving forward. I don't know what the future is. I know what the short-term future is. We're working on the longer-term future. And yeah, you all are all part of my future. Help grow this channel. Girlfriend and closer to LA. Well, yeah, I mean, there's truth to that. Vancouver is hot. Vancouver is hot. There are a lot of shows in Vancouver right now, and you don't even notice it. It is amazing how well they can hide it. 97 degrees in Texas. Woo. What's it at my house, Bill? I don't want to look it up and use all my internet bandwidths. Been a good internet session so far. That's good. Man, I love all the people. There's a whole bunch of lurking in the background. Y'all say hello now. Y'all don't sit back and y'all don't just sit there and just sit by your chair and don't say nothing. You introduce yourself and you say hello. Yeah, I'm really kind of excited for. I'm going to be interjecting some funny stuff into some of my other videos, and it's kind of cool. I've been slowly changing the way I do product videos. If y'all seen product shots in the past that I've done, I'm refining even further, getting a little inspiration from others as to how things can look cooler. Yeah, it's some good stuff coming. There's lots of good stuff coming. But they're having a hard time finding people pretty much every job. But see, Canada is really funny about that because you can't import except actors and above the line people. It's really tough. Conscious Creative Bill says Wilmington, North Carolina, and Charleston is loaded now too. I have some headshots for some actors on 2 shows coming up in 2 weeks. Wow. Hello, Graham. Nice, cool 72 in Toronto. Graham, that is not nice at all. That is not nice. And time for ice cream. Graham makes ice cream at least once a week, and it's pretty amazing. He's someone described it, Philip Grossman described it as he's a mad scientist of ice cream. I believe it. 72. It is. It's like 100 and something here. Bill, go to, oh, yeah, I'll just go to, I have a weather station at my house here. Let me just pull it up. Our American, if y'all want to join it yourself, American, I can't type on this little keyboard, adventure, ouramericanadventure.com/weather. And that is a weather station that is sitting in my front. It's 96.3 degrees right here. 96.3 degrees here at 5 o'clock. Welcome. That's my weather station. We used to, back in 2006, I think it was, we were traveling the country in an RV. We were working on filming a show, kind of like not quite how it's made. It was a little more personal than that. We were up in the Northeast working on that, and the weather station we had it on the back of our RV, and so everywhere we go, we'd upload. And Our American Adventure used to be, it's not there anymore. It used to be all of the information from that. 74 in San Diego right now? Really? I thought LA was like hot right now. Wow. Graham, thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Gerald says 84 here in Virginia. Y'all are all making me feel really bad now. It's hot here. It's hot in here. It's because it's 90s. What did we get up to today? We peaked. The heat index is 102.6. But we peaked at 99.7. And my air conditioner died, I don't know, like 8 months ago. And so the air conditioner that's in here is much smaller. And so I have like a lot of fans blowing in here, and I'm sweating, and it's rough. Jim says, yeah, it's finally cooling down in Central Texas, only high 90s now. Yes, exactly. Well, I think it's around August 23rd. In fact, that is today, August 23rd. That's literally, if you look at the average temperature mean of the Austin area, August 23rd is when it starts to decline. And we lose a degree on average every couple of weeks. But that degree means that the peaks are way, way down, which is nice. Graham, what ice cream are you making now? I really kind of want to join your ice cream revolution. The way your ice cream comes out is like good ice cream, creamery ice cream. I don't like homemade ice cream. I feel like it's mostly ice crystals, and so I'm always interested in what ice cream you're making at the moment. Kevin says, chilling out here at 97 degrees here in Dallas. Nice. 97. That's like hotter than 96.3. Wow, this whole time I've been streaming myself in the background. That's interesting. All right, at the moment, 50 degrees. 50 degrees. Wow. That's nice. Of course, it is winter for you, right? Down the other side of the world, it's winter. I found the best ice cream recipe. It's real ice cream, not homemade ice cream, which almost has a weird texture. Yeah, exactly. It's ice crystals. It's the ice crystal. And like Graham he's got some machine that's like designed specifically to make real good ice cream. And it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make that old kind of thing. Shauba, is that right? Shauba, I mentioned you in a video. You will get a kick out of it. Black Magic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K scam. Gear Lust, I told you. Put a link here. It may reject it. I'll try to approve it if it does. But I always like shout outs in other videos. I get shouted out every once in a while, and it kind of makes me giggle. It was like, wait, I'm important. Is it Schauba? Where are you from? Schauba? Schaub. I'm butchering that name. McCoy. Where are you from, McCoy? What do? You see. Yeah, I don't know if the 6K is a scam. I mean, it does 6K, but it's definitely some not great. It's not great company. It's like the final lines that I said in my video, which was, if Blackmagic ever wants to be taken seriously as a professional camera line, then they need to start addressing these issues quickly. That's kind of what it was. Shaba? I don't know. No tag in the Vista video. What? Double checked, by the way. Used your tracking tutorial on my latest Instagram. Nice. Brooklyn, New York. The Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K EF mount joke. Canon knows. Eye of the moment is scuffing a transit issue, maybe moving around in the box. So, eye of the moment, this is funny, and I'm going to milk this for all it is. People were commenting on my video that Blackmagic's never going to respond to you. They're never going to admit to anything. I did get an email back, and 36 minutes after my video was live, 36 minutes, I worked out all the math. They posted in their forums that they determined the issue was due to shipping and that it was being tossed around inside the box and that they have fixed it by wrapping the cameras in foam. So, Shaoba. Got it, Shaoba. So, I have to take their word at this point, and we will only know if the scuffs disappear from this point forward. If someone gets one that's wrapped in foam and it has a scuff, it'll change everything. My opinion is I don't think it's from transit. Where these are, it looks more like the manufacturing to me, and it's hard to see here. This is the same type of plastic that's on the outside of the, I'm trying to get glare on it, of the Blackmagic. And what it looks like is they had a burr on it, and they use a buffing wheel or something to kind of grind it down a little bit, and you get this grind. Because if you look at those really, really carefully, there are some marks across it, and they're linear, and they are it's almost like it was a buffing or a polishing wheel that went across there on like a Dremel tool or something. I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't know. The fact that it still keeps happening is pretty odd. Jesse says, Blackmagic got back to me way better than BH customer service. So Jesse, you missed it earlier. So Blackmagic told a friend who had sent hers in. They lost her camera. Then they found it. But then they told her they will not be replacing scuffed cameras. And they sent it back to her. So, Shaoba says, you're the reason I'm buying the Komodo. Very cool. I am seriously looking forward to that camera because that is a tiny little magic box. Tiny. It is coming soon, and I mean, there's a lot to be excited about for that camera. It is. I told Jared he's going to sell a bleep ton of them, and I hope he's right. Or I hope I'm right. I know he hopes I'm right. I'm sure they thought the same thing. It's got that red magic in a little box. I mean, it's hard not to love, and it's just kind of fun. It really has been fun, honestly, because of all the people who bash red, and they all bash for the same statements. It's, they use the proprietary map, and you have to buy the expansion, and you have to buy all this stuff, and they're like, blah, blah, blah. Every camera manufacturer is that way. There's nothing new there. Sony, you get the box. And if you want to do anything, you got to buy a $5,000 license for it. Alexa, same thing. Red, you just buy it in modules. But everybody was like, oh, that Komodo is going to be $20,000 before you can get it working. And every time Jared puts out a little tweak, a little tease, it shows that nope. It's all contained. It's a beautiful little thing. Jesse says, was there any new news on the Komodo? No, there has not been a leak. There's not been a released photo in, I guess, a little over a week now, which is sad and shocking. I think there'll be another one soon. I think so. It's I think it's just around the corner. I think it's going to be hilarious. It's just, we'll let it be. It's going to come out, and I think it's going to be amazing. And if it's not, I'd tell you. I mean, as soon as I get my hands on one, I'll tell you. Let's see here. Oh, that's so weird. Let's see. Shaoba. I'm trying. Shaoba. What I like about Red, it's not a camera every 6 months coming new. Well, and this is true. And you know, when I had my Epic Dragon, which if you missed that story was a sad story, I did not upgrade it. I bought it 4 years ago. Over 4 years ago. And you know, Jared's like, hey man, you need to get on the latest gen platform. And I'm like, dude, I want to, but mine does everything that I need at the moment. And the additions that you've done are hard for me to justify. I probably would still be on, I would imagine somewhere around this time of year, I would probably be to the point where I'd want to upgrade, just because 4 years is plenty on that camera, you know, making its money back. But I mean, it worked. Now, that being said, I've got DSMC2 now. Oh, and it's amazing. And I'm like, why didn't I do that sooner? It's one of those things. I do miss my one additional K. I do miss, because this is 5K, and well, not this, but that it's right there. It's 5K, and my Epic Dragon was 6K, and I liked that 6K. I mean, I do a lot of nature stuff, and that extra K is nice, and I couldn't afford to get to Helium or Monstro. Oh my God, Monstro is amazing. But you're right, Shaoba. It's they may come out with something new or streamline things, but what I really like is like their new body. They have DSMC2. It's just a body. So you buy the ice cream cone, and then inside are the different flavors of ice cream. You can have Helium, you can have Dragon, you can have Gemini, you can have Monstro. All delicious flavors, all delicious creamery sensors that you can put in your ice cream cone. And that to me is one of the best decisions that they made, which does allow them to shrink production costs by only making one box. And so they may come out with the next generation of DSMC2, whatever it's going to be called, which I don't expect for a while still. And they're still going to have flavors. Those flavors are going to be very familiar, because the flavors they have right now, I mean, Dragon is 6 years old, I think now. 5 or 6, it's got to be 6 years old. It's still an amazing sensor. Still amazing. I love Dragon. It's now my second favorite sensor. My favorite is now Monstro. After shooting on it a couple of times, I got to tell you, Monstro it's a cut above the others. But my Dragon is my second favorite. I love what Dragon, and I do it for nature, because nature and Dragon, outdoors, greenery, skies, Dragon just excels at it. Excuse me. Kevin says maybe new cameras will show up at IBC. Maybe, 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 maybe. Tyler says, hey, Scott. Hey, Tyler. Pizza. Shaoba says, more people need to stay on one camera and master it than focus on quality. Yeah, you are absolutely right. I mean, I'm a gear nut. I love playing with new gear, but I have curbed that a lot recently, and even more so here in the near future. And it's true. It is story. Story is everything. And then crafting that story visually. The camera is one part. Lights are one part. Story is one part. Location, set deck, music, sound. All of that has an equal part. In fact, sometimes, audio is more important than the picture. So get your audio right, then you can focus on picture. Set decoration will make a cheap camera look better than a poorly done set with a Monstro. It's all a synergy. It's all in concert. You're playing different instruments. You have to bring them all together to play in an orchestra. And the orchestra is your finished piece. And people do need to stay on the technology that is in front of them, because it's all capable of making beautiful images. Think about it. There are directors out there who will only shoot on film, and film is 100 years old. So you're saying that I don't need to go buy the latest film camera? No, you don't. You can still shoot on, in fact, there aren't any new film cameras. They're shooting on 30-year-old camera, 20, 30-year-old cameras. I still want one. I want a 16 millimeter. I want one bad. But yeah. Jesse says, I'm hoping for another battle-tested batch. Ooh. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Tyler says Monday. Maybe. I gotta think of what I got Monday. But maybe. I think so. The moment says acting is supreme. Yeah. If your actors phone it in, I don't care what kind of camera no one's going to sit back and go, well, it looked great. The music was awesome. Sorry, I was putting a little accent in there. The audio was crisp and clean. The set deck was amazing. The actors were horrible. No one's going to say all those other things. They're going to say the story sucked, which is why people can shoot a motion picture with an iPhone, and it has been done. Preach, Scott, preach. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I'm having a good time. Man, there's a lot of people. This is a pop-in live stream. Love it. Thank you all for joining me here. As always, I'll stay on until the conversation dies down. Usually it dies. Well, it actually does a lull right about now, and then it'll start to pick up, and then it can rock a long, long time. Peter VR says, been enjoying Mindhunter Season 2, ? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so good. I love Mindhunter. It is so well done. It looks so good. The writing, the set deck, everything about it is so well done. We finished it, I think we finished it Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, it's really good. Totally dig it. And you said, I actually went back and rewatched Season 1. Yes, that is on our list to do as well. Forgot some things. Yep. Same here. Because I was like, wait, what? Whoa, I don't remember that. Apparently, that was shot with Cinemax C lenses, and there's a surprising amount of chromatic aberration. Yes. Peter, not all of it is in camera. There's some post work being done to fool that. The flares are not in camera. Speaking of Red, interesting story how Red built David Fincher a custom Red for doing Mindhunter. Yes, the Xenomorph. And Red will build anybody a custom camera. I mean, you have to pay for it. He built the Bayhem, which is the I think it's yellow. It's for Michael Bay, and it is a custom design built camera. And in fact, like the Panavision cameras with Red inside, they are all kind of designed similar. And then I think, and this is my guess, Red's like, everybody wants these custom ones. Why don't we just build one? And so they built the Ranger. And the Ranger is very similar to those. Very similar in design. Very cool. And I love Fincher. Fincher to me, he's the kind of guy I'd like to sit down, have some coffee, beer, whatever the man wants to drink, and not pick his brain on movies, but pick his brain about how he's seeing everything in the bar, coffee shop, everything. Because he's got an eye for some deep story, and you know that comes from everyday everything. That's what I love about Fincher. He's awesome. Gerald says, I need to start on season 2 myself. Do it, Gerald. Do it. Somebody's going to ruin it for you if you don't. Jim says, do I have to finish season 1 before jumping on 2? I'm way behind. Jim, you should. You should, definitely. And you'll get hooked. Once you get through season 1, I mean, you'll be like, I want to get to season 2. Peter says, I thought some of it was in post since it's such a weird blue color. Yes. If you look at Phil Holland's post, he commented, I'm trying to think there. I think it was, I don't know where he posted, but find Phil Holland's post on Facebook. Excuse me. And Phil went into detail of the lenses, and there's some other lenses, and what they used to get all the flaring and such. And it's an interesting read. Phil loves lenses and does lots of research on that stuff. Let's see here. Peter says, I thought it was in post. Yep. Peter says, you really should finish 1. Yep. Story continues. Yep, it does. Shaoba, we going to keep it up. You're making thoughts on YouTube creators. Your thoughts on YouTube creators now making shorts. Emerald Ferrari just did one with the Z6. Looks like he had a budget. It was a good look. Yeah. I've been YouTube creators right now. The one that I am most inspired by, and it's a combination of a couple things, but it's iPhone. I don't know if you've seen him. He's a Turkish guy in LA. It's just iPhone on YouTube. But his Turkish accent in America, or speaking English, comes across so like most interesting man of the world kind of thing. And then he does a really good job with product shots and storytelling in his stuff. And he does it. And I have adapted a little bit of his techniques in some of my new product videos, features that I'll be doing. Because I love creativity and inspiration from all over the place. And I like that iPhone. His name is Farouk. He also does his entire channel in Turkey, or in Turkish. He has 2 channels. He has iPhone Turkey and iPhone. So the man puts out twice as much stuff. The moment says, you know you've made it when Red is custom building your camera. Yeah. I think you've made it when Jared says, we got to get a picture, man, and then holds the camera with you. You know you made it then. Jim says, thanks, Peter VR. I couldn't tell from the trailers how connected the stories are. Very connected. The whole Mindhunter series is 100% connected and gorgeous. Jim, how far did you get in season 1? Honestly, if you haven't watched it recently, start with season 1 from the beginning and go all the way through. I would definitely do that. I think you'll love it. What else? The Boys. If y'all haven't watched The Boys on Amazon, watch The Boys. It is so, so good. Let's see, what else? Stranger Things 3 was really good. Let's see. We talked about Stranger Things 3. What else have we watched? I watched that new documentary on Netflix from the Obama production company, which is interesting because Obama had nothing to do with this documentary. He just brought it on and then signed on and then released it to Netflix, I guess, is how that works. But it was an interesting documentary. It wasn't bad. I wasn't sure what it was going to be. It was not really political. In fact, it went kind of both directions. It was really weird. But it's an interesting story. It's from Dayton, Ohio, and it's about China coming in and trying to build a plant in America and trying to run it like a Chinese company. And a lot of hilarity ensues. Yeah. Yeah, Jim says maybe episode 3-ish. Yeah, I would start from the beginning and just go all the way through. Jim says, I really enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It seems a lot of people were mixed on it. Yeah, so I was mixed on it. I was really tired when I saw it. And I do want to see it again. And I tried to get my wife to go the other day, and it wasn't playing at the right time when we were there, so we went and had sushi instead. I do want to see it again. So, Jim, buddy, if you want to go see a movie again, if it's still playing, is it still playing? I'd go see it again. I want to enjoy it a little more. I want to enjoy it like I've been enjoying Fincher on the Fincher episodes of Mindhunter. Because I love picking out little things, and I really wanted to love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I loved the last half, but the first half was really odd for me. It just felt weird. Oh, why is let's see here. People are texting me and I recognize it. Oh, that's fine. I don't normally text on that is not right. Malia, all right, I'll share this one with you because Malia said, let's see if we can zoom this in enough. She said she wanted to put eyes on my shirt, so she did. All right, you win the internet for today, Malia. You win the internet for today. That's funny. What other movies are going on? I looked at movies coming out, and I don't think I gotta stop playing with this. This is a Memento. I really don't recognize any movies coming out. The Sony and Disney Spider-Man news was rather interesting, and I'm not sure what to make of it. I think in the end, they're going to be back at it because they're too connected. What else was? Oh, I am interested in Breaking Bad. Did you hear that the Breaking Bad movie has already been shot? It's been done. They did it quietly. I think that was in the news yesterday. That they've already completed all of the shooting and they're just in production or post-production right now, which is cool. And nobody knows anything about it. Interesting. Looking forward to It Chapter 2, says Jim. I've heard some really bad things about It Chapter 2. I don't know to believe it or not. I actually didn't mind It Chapter 1. But I will say on those types of movies, my favorite of all those is the Annabelle series of the suspense horror kind. Annabelle to me are some of the best, well written, well executed movies for that type of deal. And I've sought help from my daughter to write one because she loves that genre and she's a bit of a writer, but she doesn't like to share. She gave me one idea, which is an idea I already had, so that doesn't help. But, man, has it been 20 solid people this whole time? That is a really nice live stream. I like that. It's hard to tell. YouTube sometimes doesn't tell the truth. All right, who's got questions? Who's got topics of discussion? I need to get Shaoba's channel. The BMCC Mount Joke. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I don't want to go there. Can't play the video here, but I can at least tag it. What? There's a YouTube Kids app? That seems a little weird. There we go. Shaoba McCoy, I will subscribe to you. Oh, really? I'm not signed in. It's playing. Stop. Okay. I will subscribe to you and watch your stuff. All right, let's see here. Who's got some news? Who's got some stories? Who's got some stuff to talk about? I mean, it always starts to do a kind of a slowdown here, and if everybody's done with the live stream, I'm fine with that. I'm not a particular, I'm not a pusher. Whatever you guys want to do. I am looking forward to the Aperture, their light bulbs, the colored light bulbs. I'm really looking forward to those. Did y'all see the Shoot This Location? It's the new contest from Aperture. I guess I don't know if it's just Aperture and then a bunch of other sponsors, or if they're all doing it together. But Aperture, Red, Adorama. Oh my God, there's so many. I mean, it's $200,000 in prizes to one filmmaker who makes a 5-minute short film, the best, using one location. So and there's a bunch of other caveats that go with it, but that sounds really cool. I think it's really cool. I was joking with a friend last night that someone should get a Yugo and shoot their whole short inside the Yugo and give it different dramatic lighting looks. That would be hilarious, because everybody right now is running out trying to find the largest warehouse that they can get because it's one location. Got to go work on dinner later, gang. Bye, Jim. You have a wonderful evening, sir. That contest looks really cool. And it's like starting now, and then it ends November something. And it looks really cool. All right, I'm going to put the 5-minute timer out there. We'll go longer if anybody has any other questions. But if you have a question, get it in the chat, or at least say, wait, and then type your question. We can begin to wrap this up. It's been a fantastic. Where is this contest? I believe it's shootthislocation.com. I'm pretty sure that's it. If not, go to Aperture's webpage or Facebook group, and they're linking to it. Peter, are you going to enter it, Scott? Yep. Yes, I am. But there can't be any credits. No one's allowed to know who did what, and that's so that there can be no favoritism going on. So it's going to be a different one for me. I'm going to have to bring down some actors. I'm going to team up with someone, and we're going to put some serious effort into this. And we're going to, yeah. But I mean, I encourage everyone to do it. I think it's an amazing contest. I mean, 200,000. You're going to get a red helium, a full red helium. You're going to get, oh God, there's so much. You're getting $200,000 worth of stuff. It's a lot. Wesley says, have a great weekend, Scott. Good stream today. Thank you, Wesley. Have a good day. Hello, Scott and everyone else. Hello, Tony. We're just starting to wrap up here, Tony. But if you have a question or comment, pop it in there, buddy. Jesse says, I don't think the new Sony Alpha commercial was shot entirely on the Sony Alpha cameras. You mean? It's hard to tell. There is definitely things that people can do to make cameras seem better. For instance, lenses are half of the story of a camera. So you get a great quality lens on a Sony Alpha camera, it's probably going to look better. Kind of like when they were shooting all those commercials with the Samsung, was it the S10 or the S9? And they were shooting all the videos with it. And they had this rig where they put it in there, and they put a full cinema lens on this mount. So, I mean, it changed the way that it looked. Tony says, I'm always late to the party. I will just say bye. Oh, Tony, don't say bye. You're not late. You're fashionably showing up. You like to make an entrance. I, at the moment, Film Comp, light this location. Yep. Do it. Yes. Film competition, lightthislocation.com. And there are 6 regions. There'll be 6 finalists. There's like U.S. and Canada, Europe, China, I think. There's like 6 different geographic locations. There'll be 6 finalists, and then they will go to all the judges, the master judges, and then they choose. Saw some BTS, and it definitely wasn't an alpha. Don't know what it was, though. Interesting. I don't know. You never know these days. I can't believe my dog hasn't begged to go outside during this whole live stream. That's unusual. Good stuff. Good stuff. What else? Anybody else got some tidbits? Tidbits? Anything? If not, I'm going to close it out. It's not a threat. It's a promise. My phone. I hate when my phone shows up in the camera. And I'm going to change this camera angle next time. I don't like it. I'm going back to the way. And yeah. I got lots of changes coming. Lots of changes. This place is going to be so clean when I get done with it. It's going to be efficient. That's what I'm looking for. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. So thank you all for joining this wonderful Friday. I greatly appreciate each and every one of my subscribers and my friends for joining here. All of you are my friends and part of this community. And when I say I'm going to end it, apparently OBS says you're going to end it. But tell all your friends about the channel. Get them to subscribe. Get them to all be a little creative and maybe a little happier in their lives. And I have a Patreon if you wish to support me that way. I also have a PayPal link if you want to support me that way. It's at the bottom of my videos. You just drop me some cash. It's all good. Yeah, as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. Bye, Peter. I had a moment. Bye, out a moment. Thanks for showing a nice way to open up the day. Well, thank you. Some people it's ending the day. It's opening the day for you. It's all good. I love it. Tony, don't be a stranger, buddy. How was your event today? I only have 10 seconds left, but good to see you. We'll chat online. Bye.